Less than 300 years. That's all the United States has. In the last episode, we left the scale balanced. The Declaration of Independence on one side doesn't collect taxes, doesn't raise an army, doesn't hold 13 squabbling states together. For that, you need something else. You need a pact. This is 1787. This is the Constitution. Slavery on the other. A promise written by flawed men. But a promise doesn't run a country. A promise. The year is 1787. The Revolutionary War is over, but America is falling apart. The Articles of Confederation, the first government, is a ghost. It has no power to tax, no power to raise an army, no power to do much of anything. Each state acts like its own country, printing its own money, ignoring Congress, sometimes ignoring each other. And then comes Shays' Rebellion. Farmers in Massachusetts, angry about debt, take up arms and shut down courthouses. The government can't stop them. For 4 months, chaos rules. George Washington watches from Mount Vernon, and he's terrified. "We are fast verging to anarchy and confusion," he writes. Something has to change. So in May 1787, they come back to Philadelphia, 55 men. They say they're here to revise the Articles, but most know they're here to start over. The windows are nailed shut. The debates are secret. No press, no public, just men and ideas. George Washington presides. He says almost nothing, but his presence alone gives legitimacy. James Madison is everywhere, taking notes, arguing, designing. He will later be called the father of the Constitution, though he hates the title. And Benjamin Franklin, now 81, too frail to walk, is carried in on a sedan chair. He sleeps through some debates, but when he wakes, he speaks, and everyone listens. For weeks, they fight. The big states want power by population. Virginia's plan: 2 houses, both based on population. The small states are terrified. New Jersey's counter: 1 state, 1 vote, always. Deadlock. The convention is dying. And then a quiet man from Connecticut stands up. Roger Sherman. Plain face, plain clothes, no drama. He proposes something so simple it hurts. 2 houses, 1 based on population, the House of Representatives, 1 equal, the Senate. Big states get power, small states get safety. The Great Compromise. It saves everything. But compromise is expensive, and the most expensive compromise is still coming. But the room is not united. The South has slaves. The North has ships that trade them. Everyone benefits. Everyone is complicit. The question: how to count slaves for representation? The South wants them counted fully. More slaves, more power in Congress. The North refuses. Their property, they argue, not people. The compromise is grotesque. A slave counts as 3/5 of a person. For representation, not for rights. For power. 3/5. A human being, reduced to a fraction. And the slave trade itself? They kick that can down the road. 1808. 20 more years. 20 more years of importing human beings. 20 more years before the Constitution even pretends to care. And the word slavery? It never appears. Never. They use phrases like person held to service, migration, importation. They can't even say the word. But it's there, in every compromise, in every clause. It's the ghost at the table. September 17th, 1787. 39 men sign. Some refuse. Some have already left in disgust. Franklin, too weak to stand, watches. As others sign, he looks at the president's chair, where a sun is painted on the back. He's wondered all summer, is it rising or setting? Now he knows it's rising. But he also says something else. A woman stops him on the street, asks, "What have you given us, Dr. Franklin?" He answers, "A republic, madam, if you can keep it." If you can keep it. Because the Constitution is not a machine that runs itself. It's a pact, a promise between generations, between states, between citizens. It required compromise then. It requires compromise now. And the compromises that haunt it, the 3/5 clause, the slave trade, they don't disappear. They become the Civil War. They become 600,000 dead. They become Selma. They become today. But the document survives. Not because it's perfect, because it can change. Because we, the people, turns out to be more powerful than anyone in that room imagined. Next time, 1803, the Louisiana Purchase. How America doubled overnight, and what that cost. As Madison said, the advancement of science and the diffusion of information is the best guardian of liberty. Subscribe now. The scale continues balancing.